The path to enlightenment is not about complete control, but also not entirely letting go. It's that delicate balancing act that we find in nature, in life, and in bonsai. You can see this if you look at the tree and how it grows. In nature, the tree has no choice about where it will grow. The seed will land wherever it falls or wherever the wind blows it. It has no choice about the conditions it will face. It just grows towards the light and uses what it can get. It has no choice about pests or diseases. It just tries to survive them. Yet from all of this randomness and chaos, a beautiful, strong, and unique living being emerges, the mighty tree. On the other hand, if you don't prune the tree at all and don't do any wiring, then the tree will grow out of control and eventually fall apart because of its own weight. It won't be able to support itself. So in both cases, too much or too little intervention leads to disaster. But when we intervene at the right time and with the right techniques, then we get a healthy, strong, and beautiful bonsai. We let the tree grow and develop naturally, but we guide it and shape it the way we want. And this is where the beauty of bonsai lies. I think this is why people like bonsai trees so much. They are living beings who face all kinds of challenges, but they still thrive and become stronger and more beautiful because of it. They are a testament to the power of resilience, perseverance, and adaptability. But they also teach us about ourselves and our place in the world. We are like those trees. We have no choice about when we are born or where we grow up. We have no choice about the conditions we face. We just deal with them. We have no choice about the problems we encounter. We just try to solve them. Yet from all of this uncertainty and adversity, we can become strong, capable, and happy human beings. But we also need guidance and help sometimes. We need to learn how to deal with our emotions, our relationships, and our responsibilities. If we don't learn these things, or if we don't practice them, then we will be overwhelmed by our own problems and we won't be able to cope with them. We will suffer and we will harm ourselves and others. But if we learn these things and practice them, then we will become more resilient and more fulfilled human beings. And this is why we should study and practice bonsai, because it helps us to understand ourselves and the world around us better. It gives us a sense of purpose and meaning. It makes us more mindful and more appreciative of nature and life in general. So how do we apply these lessons to our own lives? How do we find the right balance between control and letting go? I think it starts with awareness. We need to be aware of our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions and how they affect ourselves and others. We need to be aware of the situations that trigger our stress or our joy and how we react to them. Only when we are aware of these things can we start to change them. For example, if we feel stressed or anxious, we need to find ways to calm ourselves down and relax, such as through meditation, deep breathing exercises, or yoga. If we feel angry or frustrated, we need to find ways to express ourselves constructively and assertively rather than destructively and passively. If we feel bored or unmotivated, we need to find ways to engage ourselves creatively and productively rather than destructively and passively. We also need to be aware of the values and goals that guide us in life. What do we want to achieve? What kind of person do we want to be? What kind of impact do we want to make? When we know what we want, then we can plan and take action accordingly. Then we can prioritize our tasks and allocate our resources effectively. We can also celebrate our successes and learn from our failures. But sometimes we may face unexpected events or challenges that require us to adjust our course. For example, we may lose someone close to us or suffer from illness or injury or experience financial loss or job insecurity. When these things happen, we need to be flexible and adaptable. We need to be able to cope with the changes and recover from the setbacks. We need to be able to forgive ourselves and others and move forward. This is where the second part comes in, where we accept the things that we cannot control and let go of the things that we cannot change. We need to learn how to detach ourselves from outcomes and accept uncertainty. We need to learn how to focus on the present moment and savor the beauty of life. We need to learn how to appreciate the lessons and gifts that every situation offers us. For example, if we are stuck in traffic, instead of getting angry and stressed, we can use that time to listen to some music, to call a friend, or to meditate. If we are waiting for a test result, instead of worrying and fretting, we can use that time to prepare for the worst case scenario and hope for the best outcome. If we are facing a deadline, instead of panicking and rushing, we can use that time to focus on the task at hand and enjoy the challenge. Of course, this does not mean that we should never try to improve things or never complain about things. We can still strive to make things better and share our opinions and feedback. But it does mean that we should not resist things or suffer needlessly. We should not waste our energy and time on things that are beyond our control. We should not burden ourselves and others with our worries and fears. We should also be aware of the signs of stress and burnout and take care of ourselves physically and mentally. This is why it is important to exercise regularly, to eat healthy foods, to get enough sleep, to spend time with loved ones, to pursue hobbies, and to disconnect from technology sometimes. By practicing these things, we can find a better balance between control and letting go. We can find a deeper connection with ourselves, with others, and with nature. And we can find a more fulfilling and joyful life. So I invite you to try bonsai and see for yourself the benefits of this art form. Try growing some bonsai trees from seeds or cuttings or even from a tiny branch. Try styling and shaping them according to your vision and preferences. Try appreciating their growth and development over time. I guarantee you will learn a lot about yourself and the world around you. You will discover new skills and talents you never knew you had. You will experience the satisfaction and pride of creating something beautiful and unique. You will connect with a community of people who share your passion and enthusiasm. And most importantly, you will have fun and enjoy the process. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting and helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you want to learn more about bonsai trees, I have many more videos on my channel. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Until next time, happy bonsaiing.